Chosen one, listen very carefully, because what I'm about to say is not an accident. You didn't stumble onto this message randomly. Your spirit was guided here. Something deep within you has been crying out for release, for strength, for peace, and tonight, heaven has answered you. From the moment you opened this message, a shift began around your life. The burden you've carried in silence, the weight that has exhausted your spirit, and the heaviness you've tried to hide from everyone, God is lifting it tonight. You have held on through storms that should have broken you, through disappointments that should have crushed you, and through battles no one knew you were fighting. And yet, here you are, still standing, still trying, still believing. That alone is why God calls you chosen. Not because you are perfect, but because you kept going when everything inside you wanted to give up. Something in your heart has been stirring for days, maybe even weeks, and you didn't know how to explain it. It felt like pressure, like transition, like something was shifting but you couldn't see what it was. That's because the shift wasn't happening around you, it was happening inside you. And now, the breakthrough that started in your spirit is about to manifest in your life. As you hear these words, the atmosphere around your soul is changing. The weight sitting on your chest is loosening. The confusion clouding your thoughts is lifting. The pain you buried is rising to the surface only so God can remove it. This is not a coincidence. This is not imagination. This is your appointed moment with God. The moment where the burden you've been carrying begins to fall off your shoulders. So if your heart feels warm, if your breathing feels lighter, if your spirit feels drawn to these words, it's because heaven is touching you right now. Chosen one, the shift you prayed for is not coming, it has already begun. Chosen one, before God lightens the burden on your heart tonight, He wants you to understand that nothing you carried was invisible to Him. Every silent battle, every hidden tear, every pressure you endured alone, He saw all of it. You thought nobody understood the weight you carried, but heaven watched you closely through every moment you tried to be strong. God saw the nights when your thoughts felt too heavy to hold. He saw the days when you smiled even though your heart felt tired. He saw the confusion in your mind, the disappointment in your chest, the loneliness in your spirit. You carried pain that you never spoke about, responsibilities that were never acknowledged, and wounds that you pretended did not hurt anymore. You have walked through seasons where you cared deeply but received little in return, where you held everything together while you were falling apart inside. And chosen one, God saw the burden you tried to manage on your own, the expectations, the emotional weight, the mental exhaustion, the unanswered prayers, the fear of the future, the memories of the past. You were fighting battles silently because you didn't want to burden anyone else, but God says tonight, you never burdened me. I was with you in every moment you felt alone. Nothing you carried was wasted. Nothing you endured was ignored. Heaven counted every tear, heard every prayer, and witnessed every moment your heart struggled to stay strong. And now, because God has seen every layer of your pain, He is ready tonight to lift the weight off your heart once and for all. Chosen one. Tonight, God is not just comforting you. He is actively lifting the weight that has been sitting on your heart for far too long. You may not see it happening with your eyes, but your spirit can already feel the shift. The heaviness in your chest, the tightness in your thoughts, the emotional pressure you've silently carried. God is loosening all of it, gently and powerfully. He is calming the noise inside your mind, quieting the anxiety that kept replaying fears, and silencing the overthinking that stole your peace. You will feel your thoughts settle, your breathing soften, and your spirit relax. Because God is bringing order back to the places where chaos once ruled. He is removing emotional weight that didn't belong to you, old wounds, guilt, regrets, disappointments, and memories that held you hostage. He is lifting the pressure of trying to fix everything alone and whispering, "Let me carry what you cannot." Tonight, He is restoring your balance, calming your emotions, and bringing peace to the parts of you that have been hurting in silence. Your spirit will begin to feel lighter without anything around you changing. Because the real shift is happening inside you. God is taking the weight you were never meant to carry. And chosen one, as He lifts your burden piece by piece, your heart will start to breathe again. Your mind will start to clear, and your soul will finally feel the relief you've been praying for. This is not your imagination. This is the moment God begins to heal you from the inside out. Chosen one, when God begins lifting the burden from your heart, your spirit starts to feel it before your mind understands it. And tonight you will notice subtle but undeniable signs that the weight you carried is finally breaking. You may feel an unexpected calm settle over you, a gentle stillness that doesn't match your circumstances but brings a peace you can't explain. This calm is not accidental, it's heaven touching your spirit. Your chest may feel lighter, your breathing deeper, and the tension you held for so long may slowly release as God removes emotional heaviness that lived inside you quietly. Thoughts that once felt tangled will begin to clear, and confusion that clouded your decisions will start to fade, because God is restoring clarity where chaos once lived. You might even find yourself having a sudden moment of emotional release, a quiet tear, a sigh, a wave of relief, because the weight that sat on your heart for months is finally losing its grip. Situations that once overwhelmed you will not affect you the same way. Triggers that once controlled your emotions will start to lose their power. You may feel a natural distance forming between you and anything that drains your peace, not out of avoidance, but because God is redirecting your spirit toward healing. And soon, a spark of hope will rise inside you, a small, gentle belief that things will get better, that you will feel whole again, that your future is worth stepping into. That rising hope is one of the clearest signs that your burden is lifting. And chosen one, the lightness you feel, the clarity awakening in your mind, the quiet strength returning to your soul. These are all reminders that tonight is not just another night. Something is shifting within you. Something is healing inside you. Something is being lifted off your life that has weighed you down for far too long. This is the beginning of your release, your spirit finally stepping into the freedom God promised you. Chosen one, when God lifts a burden from your heart, He doesn't leave an empty space behind. He fills that space with everything your soul has been longing for. Tonight, as He removes the weight you carried for years, He is replacing it with peace, real peace, the kind that settles deep inside you and silences the storms that once controlled your mind. You will feel a quiet strength rising where fear once lived, a calm confidence replacing anxiety, and a gentle courage taking the place of doubt. God is pouring clarity into your spirit, clearing away the confusion that clouded your decisions and the overthinking that drained your energy. He is filling your heart with hope again. Not the fragile hope that fades when life gets hard, but the steady, unshakable hope that reminds you there is still beauty ahead. He is replacing loneliness with His presence, wrapping your spirit in comfort so you never again question whether you're walking alone. Where exhaustion once ruled inside you, God is placing renewal, fresh strength, restored energy, and a new sense of purpose. The sadness you hid behind your smile is being replaced with a quiet joy, the kind that doesn't need a reason, the kind that grows slowly but stays forever. And most of all, chosen one, God is giving you freedom. Freedom from the past, freedom from the pain, freedom from the expectations and disappointments that once held you down. The heaviness is leaving, the darkness is fading, and the version of you that was buried under stress and wounds is finally rising again. This is not just healing, this is transformation. God is not only lifting your burden, He is reshaping your heart, restoring your strength, and returning your peace. Tonight marks the beginning of a lighter, stronger, freer you. Chosen one, tonight is not simply the end of a chapter, it is the end of the weight that has been sitting on your heart for far too long. As you hear these words, God is touching the deepest places inside you, lifting the final layers of heaviness that shaped your days and haunted your nights. The burden you carried in silence, the pressure that made your spirit tired, the emotions you buried because you didn't know how to release them. God is removing all of it in this very moment. You may feel a strange calm entering your spirit, a soft warmth in your chest, or a quiet looseness in your breath, because heaven is reaching into the parts of you that no one else could reach. God is telling you tonight, you have carried enough. Let me carry you now. You don't have to be strong alone anymore. You don't have to pretend you're okay. You don't have to shoulder responsibilities that were never meant to be yours. Every tear you cried, every fear you hid, every pain you held inside, God is healing it right now. He is removing the final weight that kept your heart tired, restoring the parts of you that life tried to break, and renewing the strength that exhaustion tried to steal. This is not temporary relief. This is divine release. You are stepping out of heaviness and into freedom, out of confusion and into clarity, out of emotional exhaustion and into spiritual renewal. The version of you that was crushed under stress, fear, and silent pain is no longer the version of you that will walk forward from tonight. God is lifting what held you down, breaking what held you back, and restoring what life took from you. And as this burden leaves your heart, God whispers His final promise to you: give me the weight you cannot carry, and I will give you the life you were meant to live. Chosen one, tonight the heaviness ends, the healing begins, and a lighter, freer, stronger version of you rises.